Good afternoon, Adam here at Board at Home. In today's episode of Jumping Let's Play, we are going to be taking a look at Animix Park. This was a special request by one of our customers. Love this game, so really happy to get looking at this game and show you how it is set up and played. So, first of all, a little bit about the game. So we are trying to score points based on different species of animals here. And they have their own ways of scoring. So for this two-player game that we've got set up, we choose 3 randomly from the selection of species that we have, and we have got here monkeys, which score based on columns, so the column with the most monkeys in it would score. Lovebirds, and these are scored as pairs, either like this here, where they're next to each other horizontally, or if they're next to each other vertically. For these, only one pair can be counted. So for example, if this one was here, that one could only count to one of the 2 pairs. And then we've got the elephants, which count for or score for the most in any one row. So I'll show you some of the others, and so you get an idea of exactly the other cards. So here we have the albatross. So you can see here, this one scores based on having other albatrosses diagonally from it. We've got lions, so there's these ones here. These score 11 points minus the amount of lions that are on the grid, so you'd want to try and remove as many of those from the grid as possible. Wolves, so these score for ones around the edge of your grid. The chameleon or lizard, these score for the number of different species that are around it. Notably with this, a chameleon in one of the squares around this card will count as a different species. And penguins for ones that are next to it horizontally or vertically. So that's the rest of the cards, but we won't be using those for this game. So, said we've got our grid set up. We're doing a 2-player game, so it is a 4x4 grid. Each player has been dealt 6 cards, and that has left us with 2 spare, which are discarded from the game and play no extra part in this game. Up here we have these mountain tokens. So these are used for one of the 2 actions that we're able to do. So the 2 actions, we can either place one of our cards in front of us face down, so you can place that one, for example, like the monkey there. What these cards here then do is that if you have the majority of a species face down, then you're the one that gets to score on that species, on the most of whichever one you have there. Or you can swap these cards with these cards. So for example, we might want to swap there, and that's where these mountain tokens come into place. And we place that on the one that we have swapped over, which locks it, which means that it cannot be used by anyone else or swapped out by anyone else. The card that we swapped it with then gets placed face down in front of us, and that is our card that we will potentially be scoring on. So those are the 2 actions that we are able to perform in the game. It's a fairly quick game, but I can understand that the rules maybe don't convey that quite so much. So without further ado, we'll crack on with the game, and I'll explain the choices as we go through. So we'll get our first player here. So you can see they've got 3 elephants, we've got a lovebird, and we've got 2 of the monkeys there as well. So we might want to just place an elephant down for now. So there's a row of elephants here, so we could potentially score on that at the end if we have the majority. That's our go over, and then the other player then takes their go. So they might have a look through, and they might decide to take this one out, and that goes face down in front of them there, and they're going to replace it with this lovebird. So we are placing our mountain token on there. So back to the first player, so they get to take a look through. But you can always take a look at your face down cards, so you can always do that. So he's got the elephant there, so what he might do is actually swap this one out, so that gets placed face down in front of him. That goes there, and that locks that in. So at the moment, if this game were to end with this row here, and he had the majority in elephants, he would be scoring along this line. So that is his go done. On to this player here. So what have they? They've got the monkey there. So what they might want to do is actually take this one and play this monkey here. So you can see now that if they've got the majority there, then they're going to win on the monkeys. Okay. So let's just take a look. So he's got the elephant and a lovebird. We'll play an elephant down because we might be able to score on that. So we will have the majority there. Back to this player. He's going to put a monkey down. This player here, he's going to put the lovebird down because he's already got one, so now he's got two. He might be able to get the majority on that. Let's take that out and put that there. So that is replaced. This player here has 2 cards left. So what does he want to do? I think he's going to take this one out, place that there, and then player 2 probably going to do something with the lovebirds. He'll take that and place the lovebird there, so locks that in place, and he's got his 1 card left. This player here, he's going to take this lovebird, trying to ensure that he has a majority. That is something that you do need to keep aware of throughout the game, is that whilst you're trying to improve your grids here, you're also trying to make sure that you can then score on what you've been putting down. And then this player here, let's see what he's got. He's going to put that down because he'll have 2 then, so he might stand a chance because he doesn't know what this player's exactly put down. So all the cards have been played, so all the cards have been swapped or they've been put down here, so we now have 6 cards face down here. So we turn those over and we take a look and we see what majorities we have. Okay, so player 1 has a majority on the lovebirds and on the elephants. So what this means then is that this player will score 4 points per pair of lovebirds. So he's going to be scoring 4, 8, 12 points on this one. And then with the elephants, he's going to be scoring 2 points per elephant in a row with the most elephants, which is this row here. So he's going to be scoring 6 points there, so this is giving him 18 points in total, which means that he has probably won this game. And then player 2 has the majority on the monkeys, but he doesn't have a majority on the elephants, so that will not count. And on the monkeys, unfortunately, that player only has the 2 in this column here, so he's only going to score himself 4 points. So player 1, by a landslide, wins the game, and that is basically how the game is played. Obviously with more players the grids will be larger and you'll be using more species. At no point in the player count up to the maximum players will you use all the species, so there's always going to be a bit of variability. I would recommend playing this game with at least 3 to 4 people minimum, just because it will provide you a lot more variety. You're just doing the 2-player version as it's the easiest and most straightforward way to get across all of the rules in the game. If you have any questions about this game at all, don't hesitate to ask. We'll be happy to help with any questions that you may have. You can comment below, or you can get in touch with us on 01843 316 281, or pop into the shop. We'll be more than happy to help. This is in the library, and we are actually doing a special offer on Animix Park. We're doing that with King Domino Duel for £20 for both of them. So you're saving yourself about £3-4 there overall on the two games. So if you like the look of it and you want to come down and give it a go, please do. I'd love to see your reactions to the game, what you thought about it. And if you want that offer, it will be lasting until all the stock is gone. So that is everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit shorter than our usual ones, but said this is a special request. Really happy to do it because I absolutely love this game. If anyone has any other requests specifically of games within our library that we haven't done so far, just let us know and we can accommodate those within the schedule. That's all for now, and we'll see you in the boardroom.